Welcome to our open house. My name is James Hullinger, and I've got a friend with me today who's a brand new representative. I saw him yesterday, and he's a leader. And I said, look, let's make a video together. And his name is Jim Willis, James Willis. We're Jim and James, okay? And so I'd like to welcome you to our open house and share with you some things that are exciting that James is excited about, and I'm excited to share with you today. We're looking for 1,000 people that would like to make an extra $1,000 a month to make a house payment or to remodel their home. We want to show others what can be done when we work together and help each other reach their goals. Now, how do I know this works? Because, James, right now, you're inside my house, and this is my living room, and this is where we are. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, and it's beautiful.
Okay. Well, my project, when I started, was to remodel my home. It took me a year. I had $45,000 into it and paid for it as I went. Mm-hmm. But I just went as I went because it was going to take a long time anyway. Yeah. And so I did that. We work together to help people reach their goals. Everybody's goal is different. Maybe you want to pay off your mortgage. Mm-hmm. We're going to show you how to triple your income instead of making $1,000 a month, making $4,000.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
That's enough to start making payments on debt, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's full-time income, and you can do that again and again. So we're going to share that with you and how it works, and I do that with one simple question. What would you do with an extra $1,000 a month? People tell me I'd make my house payment, I would like to buy a car, pay for my college, eliminate debt, and supplement my retirement. It doesn't matter. See, this isn't about you doing my thing. It's about me helping you do your thing. Mm-hmm. And that's why people are so responsive to this, because we have a solution to what's going on in our country today. I haven't been in my office for 4 months. Why?
Because of the pandemic?
Because of the pandemic. I know how to help people get out of debt, how they can work from home, because I'm doing it. And I can show them how to do the same thing. Yeah. But we have it.
Yeah.
And you saw that the first day you saw this.
Yes.
And so, folks, we can help people make money no matter where they are, no matter what country they're in. We can help them do that. This is my office. It's Mishawaka Avenue. This is where I make my videos. I do my presentations. We hold meetings. And with the coronavirus thing, that's really caused a lot of problems because I haven't done a meeting for 4 months. So I had to start doing something different, and that's doing webinars. And so I started doing that. We're going to share with you today a pathway to financial freedom. Most people would like the idea of a path of financial freedom, but a pathway makes more sense because it's how you're going to get there. That sign that I showed you a minute ago is on the outside of my building. What would you do? And Don, this is Don, he came in and he said, hey, is that sign for real? I said, sure it is. How can I help you? He said, I've got a food bank that I started, and he said, I give the food away to people that just can't afford it. I want to help people. And he said, that with this virus thing, there are so many people coming in. He said, I just can't get enough money and get ahead enough to do that. And let me explain what we do. We are a cooperative group of people working together. A joint venture. What does that mean to you, James?
It means people being together, helping each other out as a whole group of people. Instead of one person trying to do it, you got a backing, a fellowship of other people helping you all out together to advance in what you want to do in life.
Okay, and that's exactly right. And we all get paid the same way. I want to make this clear before we get too far here. This isn't one of those programs where you need thousands and thousands of people. We work with a small group of people over and over again because how many months do you have to pay your bills?
Every month.
Every month. So you need money every month, and we get paid again and again by working with the same group of people. You can get started with no money out of pocket. You can put your team together, and they can receive that money over and over, and you can even triple your income if you want to give yourself a raise. Instead of $1,000 a month, as you triple that, how much more would that be?
$3,000.
$3,000 plus the $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're at a full-time income.
Yeah.
And you can do that the first month. And so I'm going to share with you how to do that and how this all works. You can receive your own personal website, your tracking, your training, your software, everything that you need to do that. We're going to show you how to make money first and then give yourself a raise. You're going to be sending out an invitation to people to come and join this open house. They're going to see this video you and I are making.
Wonderful.
And you're going to ask them to look at it and say, do me a favor, come to my open house and tell me what you think. That's what we're looking for, people to have something that they want. So you're going to send out an invitation. Now, the next thing you're going to do, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And if you'll come a little bit closer to the mic, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know anybody else that would be interested in this, would probably be good at it?
Right offhand, I know about 10 people right offhand that would be interested in this program.
Okay, well now, before I talk to you about that, I want to tell you about something that's important. And I told this to Don. I said, now Don, the first 2 people you invite are very important. And the reason they're important is because you guys are going to be making money together, working as a team. They have to be willing to work, and I'll show you why. I said, do you know anybody in your family that you could work with that would be interested? He said, well, yeah. He said, I've got a friend at church wants to raise money for missions. And he said, he's like a brother to me. And so I said, okay, great. I said, anybody else? He said, well, my daughter would like to make money working from home. And because I told her about that and how it works. What you want to do is you want to put your computer to work for you instead of you working a job. When you work a job, you're working for money. When you do this, you're working for yourself. I got to tell you something. You just qualified. He goes, what? I said, you just qualified. You need to have 2 people to partner with that you know they're going to do something, they're going to be active, and you care about. Why? Because if something happens to you, guess who gets the money?
They do.
They will.
Yeah.
And so this is some money that you can have, and you can will it to them, turn it over to them anytime that you like. It can help you put a trust together so that it's all taken care of. That's a part of our 4 pillars, which we're going to explain here in a minute.
Okay.
If you had to invite 2 people, how many do you think they need to invite?
2.
Exactly correct. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a bonus rewards card. Now, I don't know if you know what a rewards card is, but this is very powerful because when we get paid, our money goes into this card.
Okay.
And we get paid every hour.
Okay.
If you've done something in that hour, you get paid for it. And it doesn't go to any company. It goes to you directly into this card. And so you want to have that card. Now, I'm going to put you at the top because when you join, it's you. This is your card. Your wife's going to have one. Your son's going to have one. And everybody you invite. And they all have the same. I got one. It looks just like this.
Okay.
Now, the first thing that Don did is I said, okay, Don, you need to invite your 2 people. So he did. He invited his friend and his daughter. Now, their job is to invite 2 people. Now, what I like about this company, there's a problem today, and this epidemic has caused all of us a problem. It has shut businesses down. It's caused a lot of problems on our streets and law and order, and it's a real mess.
Yeah.
It's changed the world, not just our company, not just our lives, but millions of lives around the world.
It's a worldwide event.
It is, and we've got the solution. We do. We have the solution because anybody in the world can join this.
Yeah, that was one of the incentives when the scene work from home, and everybody wants to work from home right now.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got an office I haven't been in for 4 months. Well, you know, I found out I can do a better job working at home now. They wanted to earn some retirement income. They retired. They thought they were going to have the money, but they found out when you don't work, you go out and spend money.
Right.
So they said they wanted some extra money for that. The next person he invited was a lady who had to have surgery. The doctor said, you need the surgery. She said, but I don't have any insurance. I don't have any money.
And it gets expensive.
He said, look, we can help you. The hospital will take payments. The doctor will take payments. We just help you get the payments. $1,000 a month would cover those payments, right? So before you get it to the hospital or when you come to the hospital, I want you to give this flyer to people. And I gave one of our flyers like I did you. And I said, tell them, say, look, I need some help while I'm in here. Are you open to helping me and at the same time earning an extra $1,000 a month or more?
Yeah, and that was on my head when I had a doctor's appointment. Like, oh, I see so many doctors.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
and you've
it's
got
right
all
there.
of these people coming in to see you at the hospital, at
Right.
home, you know. So take and use that because it will help. People do want to help people.
Like I told you, who's going to turn down money?
Daughter here, she invited 2 people. Somebody wanted to pay off their mortgage. We can do that. Only we can do it in a year. This lady here wrote with the love books. Okay, she wrote 7 books, all about people going through times of trouble, and she wants to help people. Perfect person. And she said, I wrote the books, but I want to publish them myself. I want to pay for them to print so I can give them away. She's not here. When you have more money than you need, you know what happens? You start to help other people.
Really?
And that's what we want to do. How many people are on this panel here? 7. Perfect number, God's number. 7 people are here. That's all you can invite.
Okay.
You say what?
That's all you can invite? No. You can branch
No,
out
there's more to
way
invite,
more
but
than
we
that.
can't put any more here.
Okay.
Because when you have your 7 people, your panel is filled. When that last person comes in, here's what happens. They come in, they join. When they join, you've completed your panel, and you get a new card.
Okay. You get
It's a
promotion.
repeating card, though. You get to do it again because the people that you invited are going to follow you. But it takes a week or two for people to do anything because they think they have to know it all first. I said, no, you don't. You're going to learn as you go. It's kind of, you ever go to a job and you had to learn how to run a cash register? It's kind of hard the first day, wasn't it? Yeah, it is. It is. After about a week of running the cash register, it was no problem.
Yeah, it becomes memory, and everything becomes easier that way.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So now Don's got a new card. Now he can wait for the people, or he can have a meeting and invite the people to the meeting, and the ones that come will do better than the ones that don't. He can also invite 2 more people. Now, if he invites 2 more people and he does what he just did, would that help him make more money?
Yes, it will.
He would double it,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So he says, I'm going to go invite more people. And the people will follow him as soon as they finish theirs. So let's look at this. So he says, well, I know a guy that's got a lot of debt, and he wants to get out of it, and he said he'd like to do this. Great. So he enrolled him. He said, our pastor's getting married. And he said, I'd like to invite him because he'd like to have some money going on a nice honeymoon. And I said, well, that's great. And he says, he's also marrying my daughter. So I'd like her to have a nice honeymoon.
That sounds beautiful. That's one of the things that I want to do too with my wife, and take on a beautiful honeymoon. I mean, you take some money to do anything nice.
We're going to solve that quick. They came in. He got 2 more people. That means he's qualified again. And their job is to invite 2 more people. So Mr. Debt here, I'm going to call him by their name, invited Eddie. Eddie is a guy that does lawn care. He actually does my lawn care. And I said, Eddie, there's 2 things businesses need. They need more money, and they need more leads. If I could show you how to get more referrals and build your business and make more money giving money away, would you want to know how? He goes, yeah.
No, we wouldn't.
And I said, look, here's what you do. I said, I want you to go across the street, and I want you to take this pamphlet, and I want you to put it on 4 doors across the street. Just go down the row, door, door, door. I want you to go across the street and go to 4 doors, just right down the street. As you go down the doors, I want you to knock on the door, give them a flyer, and let them know about your lawn care. Because they're going to say, well, how much does it cost to cut my grass? He says, oh, no, I'm going to pay you for referrals. If you refer somebody else to me, you'll get a rewards card, and you'll have more money on that card than it costs me to cut your lawn. So when I cut your grass, you're actually going to get change back. Now, is that a cool idea?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Always.
And it works for any business. So he said, I'm in. Oh, and by the way, he got 6 of my neighbors. His first 6 people, they were my neighbors.
So he was locked in then after that.
What happened right here? The daughter just came in.
Yep. And she
So he's
came
going to
out.
get paid for his daughter again. You see, this is our pay line, the line we're working on right now. I'm going to explain that here in just a second.
Okay.
The pastor invites another person. They want to take care of their family. And there's people who want to buy new cars. That's why I like this. We're not joining a company to be a part of a company. We're joining a company to meet our goals. It's all about us. The company made it that way. They want it to be about us. That's why there's no fee to join. And once you do join and you do pay, it's one time out of pocket, and you're going to get paid over and over again. You say, well, you didn't tell me that before. You said it's free. I said, well, it is. If you want to step up and start making money right away, it's $65 one time, and it's going to self-fund this, and I'm going to explain that here in just a second, okay? Because you're really going to get excited about that.
I'm already excited.
So I was working with my team, and I noticed that doing it one at a time was taking a little bit of time. And I said, how can we do this faster? And this is a tip for you. Build your team faster by thinking of people who know more people. Business people know more people. I've got a friend, and he helps Little League raise money for fundraising. And I called him. I said, Bob, how's that fundraising going? He said, oh, great. He said, we want to build a new ballpark. It's going to be $1.5 million. And I said, well, how are you doing on that? And he said, well, we've been raising that money now for 3 years, and we got about $150,000 together. And I said, Bob, how would you like to get it done in a year? He goes, what? I said, yeah. How do you do that? And I said, how many of these kids go to college? He said, well, most of them. I said, how many of them are going to get married? And what do you think? What would you say?
That's like 90% of them.
90% of them. How many of them are going to want a car when they go to high school?
All of them.
You got that one right. They all do. I did.
Yeah.
Okay, we can help them get that. We can help the parents. When you get a donation from the Little League, they donate $250 to $300. I said that's more than enough for you to give them a membership in this. And it's going to help you make more money. It's going to help them pay for the kid's college. It's going to help them pay for their car for the kid when he goes to school. Or if they just want to use it to, it's expensive to have kids in sports.
Yes, it is.
You got to take them there.
I got 4 boys, and my God.
Yeah, you just got, it's just a part of it. But it helps them to grow. It helps them to learn team spirit.
Right. It comes in handy when you need to work with other people.
And I did the same thing with churches. I'm very active in church. I developed a 12-week training class for how to do this in a church, but the purpose is not for the church to make money. They'll do that anyway. Okay, they already do it. It's called an offering. Mm-hmm. Our program works kind of the same way. If they don't want to teach it in the church, they can have a home Bible study. You just need somebody that wants to teach us. And this class will take 12 weeks, and it's a repeating class because people are going to want to take this and do it over. They're going to want to bring other people about it. And, did you know that the Bible talks more about money, faith, and prayer combined?
No, I didn't really know that.
There's over 2,350 verses dealing with money. Jesus taught more about money than anything else except for the kingdom of God. His top priority is, I've gone to prepare a place for you. Mm-hmm. And if I've come to make a place for you, I'm going to come and get you and take you and let you come to my place that I built for you. Mm-hmm. That's powerful.
Yes, it is.
And so I want to help people build a house here. When the Bible talks about money, it talks about the parables. Mm-hmm. Jesus talks about money in parables. And the parable of the talent is one that's really exciting. It's about a rich man. And what did he do?
He gave, what was the money he gave to 3 different people, different amounts?
10 talents he gave to one.
Yep.
How much
5 he gave to the second one, and then 1 he gave to the third one.
The third one he gave 1.
Right.
He looked at their abilities and he said, I'm going to give you some money according to your abilities. And so they all went to work. The guy that had 10, he went out and he made how many?
He doubled that money.
He doubled. The guy that made 5, he went out and made how many?
He doubled it.
What happened to the guy that didn't do anything?
He buried it in the ground and wanted to save it. I mean, not even save it, just buried it in the ground where it made no money, no interest, no nothing.
Why would he do that?
He's not being loyal. He didn't make anything for his master.
Right. You need to be loyal to your team, to the people you work with, to your family. We need loyalty, and that's what we all need. And so that's what he did. And here, the same thing happens. By the way, these people here that I talked about, they all go to the same church.
Yeah, I go to a beautiful church, CTA Elwood. It's a beautiful church, and I love that church. And we have a ministry.
Well, you can show the church how to remodel it, how to build a new building, how to build the attendance. You think they're going to be interested in that?
Oh, they're going to love that.
That's exciting. This person here wants to help veterans. Guess what he was in? He was in the service, and he wants to help other people that get out of the service because they need more money.
I'm a veteran, and it's hard.
The church just completed their first 2, and they're going to continue to grow. When I first talked to you about this, you'd heard about Bitcoin, but you didn't know a lot about it.
Right.
And a lot of people just don't understand Bitcoin. Now, I've been doing this for 10 years. I started doing Bitcoin pretty much when it first got started. Not when it first got started, because when it first got started, Bitcoin was 80 cents. Mm-hmm. That's how much it cost. Mm-hmm. Now, do you know how much it is?
No, I have no idea.
It is $9,000.
One coin?
For one coin.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't get into Bitcoin once because they were in it maybe when it first started. It was like the Wild West. There were a bunch of people in it, but they were greedy. Mm-hmm. They all wanted to make money off of people instead of with them. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have a co-op. I'd rather work with people. I'll show you this here so that this will make sense to you because it'll help you understand it. Okay. We're going to go down here, and I'm going to go to the PowerPoint, and I'm going to open up and all of this stuff over here is Satoshi. Now, who do you think invented this?
Satoshi?
Yeah, a guy called Satoshi, okay? Nobody's ever met him, but it was a genius of an idea, and he really had this all thought out, and then people have made improvements on it, which is always what happens. Yeah. I've made improvements since I started. This basically represents a Bitcoin, but a Bitcoin's made up of millions and millions of Satoshi. Mm-hmm. Used to be you could only spend Bitcoin with people that accepted Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Now you can go anywhere in the world and spend Bitcoin. Remember that card that I told you about, the rewards card?
Yeah.
We get paid in Bitcoin because you can still grow Bitcoin, and you can get paid if you'd rather get paid in silver or gold, you can do that, or U.S. dollars. But gold is about $3,000 now for an ounce of gold, and this Bitcoin is worth a whole lot more than that, 9,000. So would you rather make 3,000 or 9,000?
9,000.
Okay. Now, if you want to put it into gold, you can. Let me show you how this works. So we have this Satoshi over here, and let's say you want to go out and take the wife out to eat. Got Bitcoin, okay? So you've got your rewards card, and you go on your phone, you just push the rewards card, and it'll tell you how much money you have in U.S. dollars and how much you have in Bitcoin. And if you spent the money in U.S. dollars, you just transfer Bitcoin to it. Right there. It just takes a second. Just click, click, and it's done.
It's like putting money into your account.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's transferring it,
Yeah.
but it's one card. So you go to the restaurant, and now I want you to watch this right here. We're going to transfer 0.04 Bitcoin, just a part. It's like a dollar bill has how many pennies in it?
About 100.
Yeah, so only Satoshi's got 1 million.
No.
Okay,
Wow.
it's incredible. So we're going to take 0.04, and we're going to transfer it. Now watch. Wait a minute. Where'd it go?
Went to your account.
No, it went to the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
You paid your bill with Visa, a debit
Okay.
card.
Okay.
And so they got their money. They give you the change, kind of like the guy cutting the grass.
Yeah.
You get to keep the
Yeah.
change. And so it's like getting cash back when you go to a store.
Okay.
And so you got your cash back. So that's how it works. There's a lot to learn about it. You're going to get a whole education, but I don't want you to get all lost in the education thing. I got to know everything before I do anything. Because if you don't do anything, you're not going to get any Bitcoin. So do you want Bitcoin?
I want Bitcoin.
Then we want to go to work. You want to get that wife and your son going.
That's what we want to do.
Well, that's what we're going to do. On July 11th, meeting with women entrepreneurs. We said we're going to have them back, and we're going to have them back because these are women who all have businesses. But what do you think they need? More money
So they can get more people.
and more leads.
Right.
And we can give that to them. So we're having another meeting coming up with them, and we're saying, look, we're going to help you because we started a training program for them to help raise money for their business. See, we're not about you joining us. We're about what can we do for you. So all of you business people out there, this is something that will help you because you can reward your customers for being faithful and give them this handout and say, hey, I'd like you to take a look at this and for being my customer, out as a reward for them.
Now, see, that's a beautiful
Well,
program.
that's great. You're
Yeah.
going to do great. How much can we raise? A lot of people in town recognize that State Theater.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
It needs to be remodeled. The roof leaked. It ruined the ceiling, the walls. It needs to be painted, all remodeled again. The guy that owns it stopped into my office. He saw the sign like you did. He stopped in, and he said, how does this work? And I told him. And I said, how much money do you need to raise? He said, I need to raise $2 million. I said, we can do that. And he goes, you can? I said, yeah. It's going to take longer than a year, maybe 3. You can earn it as you go, or if you get other people that are really interested, and if you get a whole group of people that want to raise a lot of money, like Little League one needs to raise how much? $1.5 million. You want to build a church like that, you're looking at $30-50 million. Find other people that have major projects. An extra $1,000 a month isn't going to make a difference to them.
No, they want to expand, so they need more money.
Yeah, the $5,000 would make a difference to a business. So we can show them all how to increase that income.
The price tag on